Oh, I'm about to go Andre the Giant, but you a sellout, and I ain't buying. What's up? We back, and this is gonna be a quick one. You know why? Because you know what I mean. Hey, listen, man. Told you I used to have a little crush on Nicki Minaj, but you know what? I'm kind of tired of it. Kind of talking about it because you know what? I really think that something is wrong. And you know, of course, hey, listen. What does my opinion count? But I'm on here talking to you, so I'm going to say it to you. 3.5 million pages came out in the supposed Epstein file. And once again, they can always find themselves a black to come on and help corroborate the story now, can't they? So, as I talked about last week, Nicki Minaj, her complete sellout self, she is also in the midst of being more of a helper to Donald Trump or that whatever that regime is, I guess, until they have no more use for her. So she went on a Twitter rant, or X, or whatever you want to call it. You can look it up, talking about Jay-Z and underage dating and all other kind of stuff, and how he's done so many despicable things and just this and this and this and that. And I'm telling you, I think about it because, like I said, I always try to bring it back to how it correlates to us as far as everyday living, working, non-rich, or if you are rich out there, good for you, entertainers of the world that live by a different code and rules. But the thing that always perplexes me is that, and you know, I never use this word, but I'm using it because it's in a song. Kanye West oddly had said it. You are still nothing but just a nigger in a coupe. So, Nicki Minaj or whomever else, you get up there with your brown, because I guess none of us have black skin. But this brown skin that has been given other things and properties put in it by slave owners and different things like that. But it still doesn't give us more of a pass. My last name, I love my last name, but I'm pretty sure it is a white last name. My first name, it's pretty cool. It's okay. But I'm sure it is a white person's first name. But I live in the land of the free, so, what else can I do? And this is what was given to me and my family, and that's what it is. But have you ever thought a little deeper than that? Have you ever thought and said, wow, I might be a little lighter than our typical brothers and sisters that live in many parts of Africa. My last name comes from most likely a derivative of a person who's white, and my first name. But because of the color of my skin, I don't get to enjoy those benefits at the highest level. But some of us do get lucky. The ones in the millions of us do get lucky to be at least popular enough or accepted enough. You ever notice about how Donald Trump and the gang do it? Where they always pick typically a person of high notoriety in the black community, like an entertainer. You don't see them pulling a doctor. You don't see them parading around Dr. Ben Carson. Okay, you don't see them parading around any black hedge fund people. No, he goes right to the black people that are celebrities. And he gets them to talk crazy about people. So back on Nicki Minaj, now she's talking crazy about Jay-Z. And look, I'm not even here to debate whether it's true or false, but it's just a thing where you get to see it live in person. Where another person, because regardless of where Nicki Minaj is from, she spent a lot of time in New York. She claims the black culture. She has made her wealth, her significant impact, and got her credibility through the black American culture. So to me, she's a black American woman. She's married to a black American man from New York. She has made music with a lot of black American people. But it's all so easy, and this is what I talk about, like as far as when I said, do black people hate each other? Because you can sit up here and still put down other people, another black man and Jay-Z. You can still find a way to try to twist things more because of whatever personal vendetta you may have with him based off of a title deal from years ago or whatever the case may be. Or if you feel like he's blackballed you or Rock Nation or Live Nation, whatever it is. But it's oh so common, isn't it? Ain't it so common? How we just do it all the time. I've been guilty of it. We sit back and talk on the phone about our brothers, about our sisters, and I'm not saying related wise, just period. Friends, ex-friends, non-friends, all of that. And I get it, it's human nature. We all do it. I'm sure it's done in every culture. But why does our culture have to be the one to stand with somebody else to put down somebody that looks like you or me? Does it make any sense? Yeah, we can go back to slavery and self-hatred and how we were taught to self-hate ourselves and all this other kind of stuff. You know, now she's calling the Democrats demon-crats, and they haven't kept up any of their bargains of what they were supposed to do for the black people. Well, Nicki Minaj, what have you done for the black people? Except talked about how big your butt is and how juicy your coochie is. What have you done? What messages have you put out in the world? You know, it kills me. It's always like, and it's no pun intended, but the pot calling the kettle black. And I'm not sitting saying that Jay-Z is any better for the drug rhetoric that he put out. But it's funny, and like I've said before, all of these people make so much money and off of the black community, and even the ones that are black, and the very least you could do is show some loyalty. The very least you could do is show some appreciation. Show those younger than you, hey, listen, it doesn't matter what's going on. I can still act decently. I don't need to talk about people's children. I don't need to talk about people's spouses, people that have nothing to do with whatever is going on between me and you. Why have we learned how to be such a community that is just engulfed and enmeshed in BS? And we still don't own nothing. Except this, except our mouths. Like even though Nicki Minaj, you're worth all this money, like it can't be taken away from you tomorrow. But the one person that a lot of people that are black that look up to in a Jay-Z, you find your way to continue to just perpetuate whatever you want to say. And like I say, I don't want to speak on it because I don't know if it's truth. I don't know if it's false. I'm sure she would know better than me. But it's just the principle of being this type of person. When I worked in the hospital, every different places I've worked at, you see the same crap from our sisters. You see the same crap from our sisters. A lack of getting real things done, but a lot of talking. A lot of degrading. You'll hear women, oh, you know what? Look at her wig and look at her weave. Girl, you ain't even got no edges and you got a weave on. You got a wig on. How you talking to somebody else? Your teeth, your choppers ain't even right. How you talking about somebody? And when you get to the higher rungs like a Nicki Minaj that's worth all this money and has a lot of younger people looking up to her, she's perpetuating the same BS, except, see, she has the money to be able to distance herself away from common folk on an everyday basis. You and me don't. So you tell me how you feel about it. I'm not going to keep going on about her and, her talking about Jay-Z and her talking about whomever else. Some people say that she was allegedly using some substances. Who knows? And who cares? Because my big thing is that, hey, listen, even if I got to be the only one fighting for some type of positivity, then I'll just be the only one. But somebody has to say, instead of saying F the black race, has to start saying, yo, whether you feel as though the hope is dim or bleak or whatever, you still better have some. Because as long as you're on this earth, and as long as your kids or grandkids on this earth, they got to keep living in the skin. But hey, what do I know? I've only been a black guy for 51 years and 8 months. And you know what? As I was thinking to myself, because, I'm coming up on 52. Ray Lewis, for those who don't know, he wore 52. So I was just thinking to myself that, I'm still very much black. And I've learned to embrace it and love it as time is going on. Even though I know it's a very, very, very slim chance that I will ever get to enjoy the greatness of the supposed American dream. Some of it's my fault, but hey, some of it may be somebody else's fault. Who knows? But while I'm figuring out whose fault it is, you make sure you continue to live life. Don't let life live you.